Hi guys, my name's Ben.
I'm Nathan.
And welcome back to the Pride of Villa. The window is open and it's time for another transfer update. We've got some good stories to bring you today. Some player departings, players coming in, and any other transfer rumours that we wish to bring you. So if you're going to enjoy the return of transfer updates, please leave a like. Let's get a like spike going because we know you love a like spike. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and without further ado, let's get started. So the first story we have to cover today on Transfer Update is some departings, and I think these were two expected ones. I think one's progressed a little bit quicker than we were expecting. Obviously, it's of course Neil Taylor, Ahmed El Mohamedi, and Tom Heaton all departing from the club. Obviously, some people are a bit sad about it. I think it was more so expected.
I'm sad.
A smidge, but
You got to be sad.
you know what I mean? But it was expected.
They've done stuff like, you can remember things about them. So, for instance, Elmo, that assist for Trezeguet that got us into the Carabao Cup final against Leicester. I always remember that. But still, it's like, it is sad.
Yeah, obviously, Ahmed El Mohamedi joined us for 4 years now, being a part of the team for a very long amount of time. 4 goals, 16 assists, been a real part in the promotion season. Neil Taylor, obviously, coming in as well at around the same point, and obviously Tom Heaton only joining for a season, but now being linked with a move away to Manchester United. Obviously, we wish him for the best, but I think it was a move that was expected. Yeah. Hopefully, we bring in some replacements that are going to match the calibre that we need if we want to excel in the window going ahead. Our next story that we want to cover is an ingoing now, and as we mentioned, I think in our our season review, progressing really fastly. Wendy to Aston Villa now. He's been rumoured that it will cost around 35 to 40 million. A lot of people, including Arsenal, have been talking about this player, especially, I think, if you've seen on Twitter about Lee Gunner. I don't know if you've seen it, it's quite funny. Wendy to Aston Villa. Apparently, and the same with our next story that we will cover, the foundations for these moves have been really solidified for a long time, and it's really starting to become a possibility for Aston Villa. 35 to 40 million, we've already discussed this in the sense that we're a bit mixed on this, but what do you think of it, the move, if it was to happen?
He's going to be a key player. Like, he ain't going to be coming in, just be on the bench. Like some other players we're going to bring in. But 40 million, I know he's not a bad player at all, but 40 million, I think 32 is the best price for him. Like, the price they should be asking for their absolute, their highest price. But 40 million is too much for me.
Yeah, I think I've already said this. I'm a little bit wary of him. I know his Prem season wasn't that great, but he did have a lot of goal contributions. He does provide a lot of options now on the wing. I do think there's possibly better options out there. I would more so consider Rashika, even though he hasn't played in the Prem. And I said I'm just not a bit overly hyped on Wendy, but I still think it would be a very good move overall. And that is our second transfer story there. Wendy to Aston Villa potentially. We'll now move on to our next story.
Right, so the next one that Aston Villa is very interested in is Dwight McLean from Burnley. How much is he going for again?
About 20 million maybe.
If you ask me, that's actually quite a good price for him. I mean, he's around 24 years old.
Yeah.
Got a good corner and everything on him. Obviously he's not going to be brought in to be starter. He could be a starter, you never know, but from what we can tell right now, it would definitely be somewhat of impact sub. Anything you want to say about him?
I think it's along the lines of what you've said right there. I think he's not coming in to be starting every game.
Strength.
I think it really depends on what's happening with Grealish. Is he going to move back to midfield? Is he going to stay out wide? It's kind of hard to work out. I know a lot of people haven't really seen a lot of McLean, but I think he's been one of the shining lights in the Burnley team.
Yeah.
I think he actually came in from Bristol City. I know we were linked with Brownhills as well, who I've never bloody heard of, and I don't see where the traction is for there. But as I said, he's young, he's one of the shining elements of Burnley. He's a very talented player, especially the goal against Everton. He's got a really good finish on him, so he's someone that can really have an impact there. I wouldn't be surprised if foundations there. It's, as I said in the Wendy one, the paperwork and essentially the makings of this transfer is almost very solidified. It's very much likely that there is some truth to it. I wouldn't be overly against this move. Really, I don't really think there's a problem here. 20 million, quick little snag there. Someone that's going to have an impact on the bench, but can also make his way into that first team. I think this is a really good move on Aston Villa's part, and then we can also focus on strengthening other key areas. So that is the next transfer story. Dwight McLean to Aston Villa potentially. Let's move on to our final news story for today. And finally, the news story that's really starting to dominate football media. It's Jack Grealish, of course. He's linked away again with another move, but this time it's almost a bit of, I don't want to say truth to it, but it's almost as if it is going to be happening. Jack Grealish is linked with a move away to Manchester City for over £100 million, making him the first English player to be bought at a £100 million price. We've had this discussion a lot. We've said our thoughts and feelings regarding Jack Grealish in his future, and obviously being with Aston Villa. I think from me, it's hard to say what's going to happen here. I think career-wise, he needs to leave at some point. I think as much as we all like him, I think it's a waste on him, who definitely deserves to win trophies.
I can't say that.
And champions. I know you can't say it, 'cause it's hard to say as a Villa fan.
Because I've got a good reasoning.
Go on.
We're in a process right now. 3 or 4 years from now, we will be a top 6 regular. So you're talking about sort of like a major step up, which it is right now, but in, you know, who knows, 6 years, 4 years from now, Man City might not be as good. Pep Guardiola might not even be there. So I know I'm just talking a bit in the future, but I'm just saying, like, no one can say Villa is a small club. It just cannot be said anymore.
Unless you're West Brom.
Unless you're West Brom, unless you're Wolves, unless you're the blue nose scum down the road. But yeah, but I can understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I think it's a move that needs to happen for his career-wise, but I think overall, I don't think it's going to happen. I think you and I both agree 75% of it is not likely to leave. There is a small glimmer. I think for me, if it is going to happen, it's going to be next season. And I think anywhere he should move, it's got to be City or somewhere big like a Borussia Dortmund or a Bayern Munich. But that is our final news story there. Jack Grealish to Man City potentially, and that's going to wrap up this transfer update video. Alright guys, it's going to wrap up this transfer update. Hope you did enjoy it. Nice, quick and snappy for you to easily digest there. If you did enjoy this format of video, please leave a like, as we said, subscribe so you never miss out on new transfer updates. You want to be keeping up here. We're going to keep you updated with some news stories and the signings, of course. But without further ado, he's been Nathan, I've been Ben, up the Villa with the pride of Villa. We'll see you later, boys.